All right, so in regards to succeeding in any area of your life, and I know success means something different to each of us, but improving in an area of your life or accomplishing and having fulfillment in an area of your life. In regards to that, I want to talk about the difference, really just resources versus resourcefulness, right? It's easy for our brains to convince ourselves that, oh, so and so is successful because they had this going for them, or so and so is successful because they had that going for them. Like, it's easy for our minds to pinpoint and almost blame the fact that these other people had access to more resources. We blame that for the lack of our success. Okay, and so it's basically we're convincing ourselves and telling ourselves, maybe because it makes us feel better, I don't know, but we're telling ourselves that the only reason that they're successful is because they had access to more resources than us. Okay, now I beg to differ. I believe that everybody has the same chance at getting resources. Like, resources are there. If you want to be successful in business, you have the internet, right? There are people that can teach you how to be successful in business. It's not that the resources aren't there for you. It's that you haven't learned to be resourceful and use them, right? Maybe you're just flat out not using those resources, or maybe you don't know how to use them, right? And so it's not a lack of resources to being successful in business and professionally and financially. It's not a lack of resources, it's a lack of resourcefulness, right? Same goes for your health, right? Like, you have access to what you need to live a healthy lifestyle. You have access to places that you can go and work out, or even just go outside and work out and get your blood pumping. You have access to that. You have access to eat healthy. You have access to those resources. But if you're not as healthy as you want to be, or maybe you're just not there yet, it's not a lack of resources, it's a lack of resourcefulness, right? Now, specifically with what I do in my business, is with the team member perspective, is we're teaching team members how to be resourceful so that they can sell more insurance. Like, at the end of the day, that's what it is we're teaching team members how to use the resources at their fingertips to be successful, how to be resourceful.
All right, real quick, exciting news. We finally have the Win the Week weekly planners available for insurance team members. If you're in a sales position and you're in the insurance industry, I want you to know you've got unlimited things that you can do every single week, but you've got a limited resource of time. So what you choose to work on matters. My question is, are you using strategy, or are you just flying by the seam of your pants hoping that you hit your goals, hoping that you end up working on the right things? Listen, if you want to get to that next level, if you want to sell more policies than you ever thought possible, if you want to make more money and have that bigger, fatter paycheck, start planning out your weeks. Take time every day, set aside to review your last week. Hold yourself accountable. Stop waiting for your agent to do that and just do it, right? Be proactive with your accountability, but then also make plans, make adjustments along the way so that you make sure that you're spending your time the best way, the most effective and efficient way possible, and you will work on the right things. And when you work on the right things, you'll start to sell more. So again, Win the Week weekly planner for team members is available. Check the comments below for a link to purchase, and we'll get you back to the training.
Now, success varies across the country with different agencies. I've seen agencies that are barely scraping by, whereas other agencies, it's like they're flourishing, right? Now, is it a lack of resources that agencies don't have that these other top agencies do have? Is it a lack of resources, or is it a lack of resourcefulness? Guys, I believe it's a lack of resourcefulness. Every team member has the capability of running a list to call all of the customers on the book of business that have a loan on a vehicle and talk to them about getting life insurance to pay that loan off. Everybody has the ability to do that if you're a team member, right? But if you're not doing it, it's because you haven't learned to be resourceful, right? And there's handfuls of different reasons as to why team members aren't doing it, but a big one is they just don't know how to do it. They don't know how to use the resource and be resourceful, right? Every team member, every agency has the ability to set life insurance review appointments with their current customers and write more policies and write more premium. Everybody has that resource, but not everybody's been resourceful with that. And maybe you just don't feel like you know how to do it. Maybe you're the agent and you haven't trained your team on how to do it. And so they have this fear of rejection. They have this fear because they don't know how to do it, right? Maybe it's you don't know how to do the application. Maybe you don't know how to quote it. There's handfuls of different things that it really all boils down to is it's a lack of resourcefulness. And so I've also thought, well, what if all the resources are there? We all have the same access to resources. Sometimes people aren't being resourceful because they just don't know what they don't know. They don't know how to have convincing conversations with their customers. They don't know certain sales skills. They don't know those different things. And so it's a lack of resourcefulness that's keeping them from having success. And so I want you to remember that it's like, at least in my experience and even running my business now, like I have all of the resources that I need to run a very profitable and successful business. I have access to all of that. But a lot of times for me, that access even to running a business, because I can Google everything, right? And I can YouTube everything. A lot of times it's like, I don't have structure. I don't have organization. It's not chronological. It's not easy for me to follow. And so although I have access to all these resources, what I choose to do is I choose to hire someone that's been where I want to go and have them teach me chronologically and show me, give me the recipe of how to use these resources, right? It's like, imagine it like this, is you're trying to put together a 1,000-piece puzzle, but you don't know how to put the puzzle together. You've got all the pieces, you haven't been able to put the puzzle together, and you don't have that beautiful picture because you don't know how to do it, right? You've got the resources, but you don't know how to be resourceful and actually put those pieces where they need to go. But imagine you know how to put those pieces together and you do have the resource. Well, of course, you're going to be able to put that puzzle together. Same goes with everything else. Now, if you're like me, I'm not super, I don't know, I can be given the resources that I need, but for me, what really helps me accomplish things and actually put the puzzle together is having someone teach me how to put the puzzle together. Maybe some different ways of how I can be more effective and use more strategy so that I can get more out of the work that I'm putting in, right? Like having people teach me, having people that have done that put that puzzle together, come in and teach me how to do it. Like it allows me to put that thing together, but also learn how to put another one together later. It allows me to learn and build this foundation that will allow me to go farther, faster. And guys, it's not everybody has access to the same amount of resources. That is not why people aren't successful. It's that they don't know how to use those resources. It's a lack of resourcefulness. And so for those of you agents, those of you team members that are listening to this, I would encourage you to spend time understanding how to become more resourceful every single day. What can I do to become more resourceful today? And if you're wanting to get to a whole new level and go faster and go farther, instead of maybe it taking you 7 days to put this puzzle together, what if there's a way to shrink that down and you could learn how to do it in like 6 hours, like instead of 7 days? What are the compounding effects that could have for you personally, for your agency, for your life, right? If you could learn these things that will allow you to just go faster, go farther, faster. Like what would it do for you, right? And so I would encourage you to, if you do want to go far and you want to go fast and you want to get in a position where you can change your life and change the life of your team members, hire people to help you get there. Lean on other people that have been where you want to go and learn from them. And that's precisely what we do at the Team Member Perspective. Is there are team members that are consistently writing 10 to 25 life insurance applications every month, consistently. There are also team members that are writing on average $20,000 a month in life insurance premium as a team member. There are team members that are writing 100 applications a month, right? My suggestion is to get around those people. If you truly want to get to a whole new level, learn from people that are in your position and figure out how they've gotten there and have them teach you. And that's what we do at the Team Member Perspective. It's team members nationwide that are crushing it, that you get to plug into, you get to ask questions, and you get to learn from. And we really like to keep it very simple. We like to give you recipes and step-by-step instructions of how to actually go out and write more policies. And you get to learn that from team members that are in the team member seat, that are doing exactly what you're doing if you're a team member, or what your team members are doing if you're an agent. You to learn from those people exactly how to do it, and it's really easy step by step to go out and make it happen. And what I've seen is when team members and agencies plug into this, things start to change, not just this month, not just this year, but forever. Now they have the recipe to continue to be successful. Again, guys, instead of telling yourself and lying to yourself that you don't have enough resources to be successful, just instead flip the narrative and say, you know what, I just have a lack of resourcefulness. And so let's learn, let's figure out how we can be more resourceful. When you do that, things start to change in such a beautiful way. Appreciate you guys, and we'll catch you in the next one.